Day 3 of the Holistic Fast. I jumped a little bit ahead yesterday when I spoke about the beginning of the list of things to let go of and the things to add. I had just finished editing day 3, which is what we're going to talk about today. And this is where we have that list. So I'll go through that a little bit. And I mean, the earlier the better. So if you want to do it on day 3, I just didn't want to cause any confusion there. Behind me is a photo that I took. It's outside of Sedona, past Boynton Canyon, in a place called Pulaski. And this is on the rock wall there. And it's been a very powerful, for almost 20 years, it's been a very powerful, I don't know what to call it. It's just the energy that came from that when I first saw it. I've gone back a few times to see it again, but yeah, it's a beautiful, there's 64 points on the outside, and of course the we'll go to the way here. It's the 4 directions with the center circle. So yeah, so let's get into day 3. I'm going to read a little bit from it today. What is a holistic fast? In its essence, it is about getting fluent in letting go and moving forward in an evolutionary way. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You're going to hear that a lot during this fast. Really, really get into the multitude of levels that each of those stand for. And I say, yes, this bears repeating. Let's feel into the body. What part or parts of the body do you judge? What do you want to change about your body? Now, see how much you can love it exactly how it is. This is a powerful practice. Be aware each time you tell the body, however subtle, that it isn't good enough. This includes disease. By being lovingly and willingly present with what is, we then create opportunity for change. So let's look at that as a bit of a process. You know, in that allopathic cancer model, or the model that they put out for cancer treatment, they often use the words fight or beat, and you know, it's that avoidance of what is. And in consciousness change, it's very evident that a change truly occurs once we have been present with what actually is, be perfectly okay with that presence, and then we can move forward into the transmutation process. If we're constantly avoiding what is, there is a form of resistance there, and that resistance actually keeps it in manifestation. So it's a really important, just that very thin layer that we have to address. It's every time we think we're avoiding something or denying something, just pause and really feel how we feel about it in that present moment, and see how much we want to avoid it. See how much we dislike it and don't want it to be the way it is. You know, if we have 4th stage cancer, then you know there's a really good chance that when you get present with it, you're really, really angry about it, or really you know, really hate that you have that in your body. So getting to that place is the stage, is the step that allows then the opportunity for change. So I think that's really important to be aware of. So I say regeneration is the power of transmutation, with the power of transmutation. We can speak on letting go. We can't speak on letting go without including attachment. Whether we are facing a sugar addiction, which plagues our world, or any other substances that drains our life force and prevents us from experiencing potentialities, letting go is part of the degenerative regenerative process. And then I include some pages in today's writings of Douglas Morrison in How We Heal. And they're really, he's a very succinct writer, you know, a Harvard grad. So he has, I recommend everybody to buy, it's still in print, Buy How We Heal by Douglas Morrison. It's a great reference book. Yeah, so read that through. We're going to talk on day 3, we're going to look at the principle of lovingly and willingly endure all things. That really goes with what I said earlier about getting present with what truly is, and being like, really get honest with yourself about, you know, how you truly feel about it, so that you can really let that go and move forward. When we remove those patterns of resistance, those, you know, the emotions and so forth, then we can eventually get to lovingly and willingly endure all things. But we have to be honest with that process of removing the emotional resistance. You know, not just jump right into, I'm going to just be lovingly and willingly endure all things. That means you are fully an enlightened being. So so there's lots of processes before that, but it's a great principle to remind ourselves, because with every transmutation, once we get through the resistance patterns that we've placed on top of things, we will get to that place where we feel that lovingly and willingly enduring feeling. Perhaps not all things, but really, you know, we're working towards that feeling that does arise, that is loving and willing. And that has to increase. That principle, every time we move a resistance pattern, we're going to be faced with a deeper resistance pattern. So that is a very foundational to consciousness change, to higher consciousness. That principle is foundational to the movement. So really, you know, really digest that and keep that that principle always present. So here's the list of things, a few, I call them initial removals from the fast, or during the fast. So sugar, which includes all sugars, anything that is that, you know, anything that's, you know, the sugar, the table sugar, which I don't know if anybody that's going to be watching this is still consuming, but sugars that are in things, and they're made from corn and beet and other things, those have to go. They have to absolutely be removed from the diet completely. And not only for the fast, but this 43 days is going to really break a lot of habits, break a lot of patterns. And at the end of 43 days, you're going to find yourself, you know, you're not going to be craving those sugars and the carbohydrates. That will be behind you. If you follow this fast, that will all definitely be behind you. So even natural sugars, though, people, and I was like this too many, many years ago. I had given up sugar for a long time, yet I was still addicted to honey and maple syrup and all the natural sugars, you know. And I'm not saying that they can't be used occasionally, but we have to break the addictions, and to also be aware that every time we take a little sugar, you know, we just got through the Christmas season, and I ate a few things that I would normally not eat, and I could really feel the next day, not only the lack of energy that it created physically, but it also was calling me back. You know, a little bit of sugar and carbohydrates will really, it doesn't take very much to really feel that addictive call. So be really aware of that, and have things available for yourself that you can just move through it gracefully. All sugar substitutes, artificial sweeteners, they've all been proven carcinogenic and poisonous. They all have to go. Glucose, fructose, just take that completely out of your diet. Secondly, grains. I say grains, starch vegetables, and sweet fruits. So the fruits that we can have is the berries. So blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. They have they're low enough on the glycemic index that they're not going to spike insulin especially if you don't use too much at one time. I'm into raspberries right now, so I use raspberries in my smoothie each day. So that's I found some really good organic raspberries, and they're really, really great too. I just really enjoy them. And I don't find them spiking my my need for more. I don't have that. You always know that you've eaten something that's sweet that isn't really appropriate for you when you feel you want more and more. It's like that biochemical urge, so if that happens, then really decrease it or remove it. Wheat, soy, corn, and rice. So get rid of those for the fast, and then you can decide after the fast what you want to do with that. But for the fast, let's get rid of all of those things, especially wheat and corn and soy and rice. Remove all alcohol consumption, all caffeine. So let go of all the coffee, all the tea, all the chai teas that are made with black tea, the chocolate, anything that has caffeine, remove it for the 43 days. Or the remaining. So it's the third day, so 41 days. Recreational drug use. Remove chemical hygiene and cleaning products from your home. Replace them with, it's so simple, vinegar, baking soda. There's all kinds of natural dish soaps now and all kinds of natural cleaners. So it's really, really easy to replace those chemical products in the home. Remove all the seed oils. Seed oils, if you can do some research on seed oils, you'll find that they've really been part of the poisonous process in the last 100 years. So really get rid of all of those seed oils out of your diet. Canola oil, particularly, it's in almost everything. Throw everything out that is in your fridge that has canola oil in it. Palm oil, soy oil, corn, sunflower, and safflower oils. So get rid of all of those oils. You'll thank yourself for it. Okay, so additions. So those are like the basic removals. In addition, and make sure you click on the green links, because they go into explanations and some really good stuff. So I really recommend that. So supplementation of enzymes. So enzymes is always number one, because everything is reliant on enzymes. When you click on that green link, you'll see why. Trace minerals, and when you click on the links too, it will show you where to get them, what to get, and all of that. Although if you want to ask me a question or comment or anything you have to say, just put it in the comments below on my website, and I'll look at that every day when I'm uploading. Probiotics, raw protein, essential fatty acids, a daily detox bath. Again, the recipe is all on the link. Number 7, move. Do a brisk walk, swim, skipping, dancing, whatever gets you moving. And remember to breathe really deep and regular when you're doing your exercise in the cleanest outdoor place possible. So get away from the roads, get away from the highways, really get into the trees if you can. And just keep it as clean as possible. Indoor gyms, to me, I don't go to any indoor gyms. I do everything that that I like to do that gets me moving, I do outside. I love to garden, and I love to walk, and I love to swim in the lake. And, so I love to hike. I'm hoping to do that in the south very soon. And I'll keep you updated on that, because that will overlap into this. I'll be doing it wherever I am. So right now I'm in the Kootenay Mountains of British Columbia. It's really beautiful right now. I can get out, and I can go down to town, because the roads are really good. No snow and ice keeping me at the house at the moment. So yeah, just get moving, really get moving. And also really look at your sleep patterns. I know everybody's like, okay, get more sleep, and that's really become popular. Also in How We Heal, Doug talks a lot about that. Doug was always in his lectures had a section on sleep, and we read many books on the topic when we were studying. Sleep is different for every person, as is everything. We have a lot of things in common. We have the same emotional body. We have the same the same blueprint for our bodies. Yet we all are unique. So that's something to always look at. Really get to know yourself, ever more deeply. And sleeping is one of those aspects that you can look at. So some people do really well in 8 hours, and some people need some people do well on less. Really look at your sleep cycles, and just make sure you get enough sleep. And it is okay to nap in the afternoon if you feel to take even 20 minutes. I think it's really a good practice to just sit down and rest. And if you fall asleep, I think that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we talk about, and in this day, you'll see links on the healing crises. You'll see links on emotional transmutation. These are introductions to these concepts. So just look at those, read those. This is going to be a real learning curve throughout the entire 43 days. So just read what's in all the links, and look at the videos. The videos are ones that I've chosen that I think will be of interest to this process. Yesterday, I wanted to say too, yesterday I didn't include in my video on day 2 about water. So that's all on day 2. So find the best spring water that's available to you in your area, and drink. The rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you're drinking 75 ounces of water each day as a minimal requirement. Every time we take something that's a diuretic, a lot of herbal teas are diuretic, peppermint tea, there's just so many herbal teas that are diuretic. So of course we have, if we're taking a diuretic, of course coffee is a diuretic and anything with caffeine, but even watch out for those herbal teas. If you're taking something that's a diuretic, you have to take more intake of water to remain hydrated. So keep that in mind. I think yesterday with the water, and I included some of my experiences with Dr. Emoto. He was such a beautiful soul, and he refused to speak English, although he understood English very well, but he refused to speak it. In the times that I did spend with him, it was such a beautiful example of how eye contact and silence, is just such a beautiful experience when you are present with another person or other people, and to really feel the and exchange the energies, just that loving vibration. Yeah, he was a great soul on planet Earth. So I think that's going to conclude the video for today. I think each day they're getting a little bit longer, so we'll see how that continues in day 4, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you.